Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I am bringing you one of the most impressive collection of power amplifiers that I have ever owned in my life. Now, I really do not know how the hell I got here, but I am just happy to share with you some of the best power amplifiers that money can buy today. But I am going to give you all a warning at this time. If you have a problem with expensive electronics, if this is an issue to you, this may not be the video that you should be watching. It may not be the video you want to sit and consume because, as you know, my channel is primarily dedicated to what you see in front of you right at this time. This is who I am. Ultra high-end hi-fi world. No one else on YouTube, I don't care who it is, no one in this space will ever show you this caliber of amplification all at once. And why is that? Because it is, unfortunately, a big investment for many people, even for myself. I don't know how the hell I got here. No clue. All I can say, it's been a lot of blood, sweat, tears, working multiple jobs. All of what you see here is 100% owned by me. None of it is on loan or someone, sent it to me for me to play with. All of it is completely mine, paid for by my brand, jaysaudiolab.com, by the way. If you have any interest in high-end audio equipment like this, check out my website, jaysaudiolab.com. I always have a lot of cool, interesting stuff for sale. Not all of it is expensive like what you see here. Some of it is more affordable. So I am sure I probably have something to make your system go to the next level. Be sure to check it out. Anyway, so let's go over what I have here. We're going to go over the first amplifier. This is a CH Precision M10. This particular model has been around for approximately 3 to 4 years since it was released. Okay, it's still a current product. It is their flagship from CH Precision. Why don't we turn it on so I can walk you through the menu and you have an understanding of what this amplifier is all about. All right, just turn it on and you're going to see what it does. This happens to be the power supply, by the way. Now it's charging the power supply. This happens to be the power supply. So that needs to charge all the way to the top before it can actually turn on. Almost there. There you go. Amplifier is ready to go. So let's go over the display. So you have, it's not a touch screen. I almost did that, but it is not a touch screen. So you have global feedback at 0%. Okay, global feedback definitely helps with the bass more than anything. It definitely adds a lot more control. The less feedback you have, some say, the better bass control you have. Okay, so you can play with the different settings. This is the only amplifier that I know that has such setting. Now, I have not been playing with that setting, to be honest here. Don't know exactly what it will do, sonically speaking, but I might do that in the near future. Also, part of the menu is the wattage. So right there, you're going to get peak watts. So as you play the system, you'll get to see what you're seeing on your screen right now, right? This was yesterday. Okay, look at the amount of power that this thing can actually put out. I think I reached 1800 watts. Von Stryker Ultra 7s, although they're active on the bass section, they took 1800 watts of peak power with ease, no problem. The temperature is in Celsius, 19 Celsius, to let you know where it is as far as operating temperature. I was told by CH Precision that the optimal operating temperature is around 45 Celsius. So that's what you see on the display. But why don't we get a little closer so you understand what else this amplifier has to offer. Now look at the menus there. You have, let me see if I can get a little closer. There you go, audio. You got amplifier mode, global feedback, and gain. You can actually adjust the gain that your amplifier has. Usually gain is approximately 24 to 26 dBs on some amplifiers. However, Griffin, the Apex right there, has 31 decibels, and I believe the Solution 701 stereo right there has 26. With this one, you can definitely make those adjustments to accommodate the preamplifier that you might be using, although I still recommend that you use CH Precision's own L10 preamplifier. So let's go over the menu here really quick. The input, you can select what you want, whether it's XLR, RCA, or BNC. Let me see if I can get a better image here. I'm going to try to set the camera down, guys, so forgive me here. All right, so you can get the display. Actually, you can change the color of the display if you wish to. Let's see if we can, a different status. So let me check the status. So I'm going to put power as the status, right? Look what happens when I select power. Look. Pretty cool, huh? It changes. It gives you the peak power that you have going on when you're playing the amplifier. So let's go back to the menu. You can also change the color, believe it or not, of the display. Right now I have it in white, but you can change it to yellow, magenta, and other colors that you may wish to have. So there you go. See that? Really to suit your needs, whatever it is that checks your boxes. All right, so I'll leave it at that for now. Let's move on to the next menu, shortcuts. This is just for you to have like your own settings on the amplifier. Network, yes, you can connect it to a network, and within this particular setting, you can actually see the IP address and utilize an Android version of this of an app. CH Precision currently doesn't have an iOS app, although they're working on it. They do have an Android-based application that allows you to see all these parameters that we're seeing. You can actually adjust them from the comfort of your seat. So basically, this amplifier, as you can see, is a full-blown beast of an amplifier. It's got so many settings, from global feedback to the ability for you to use it in bi-amp mode, by the way. You can use it in stereo mode. Right now it's configured in stereo, but if let's say you want to use them in monoblock configuration, you can just do that from the display. You can actually select if you want to use it as a mono amplifier, and in mono mode, it'll give you approximately 1600 watts of power. So it's a lot of juice, okay? A lot of power with this unit. So let's move over to the back of the amplifier. Fully featured amplifier. I mean, it is insane. The binding posts, tremendous binding posts, amazing quality. Look at the inputs here. You got a BNC input. You got on balance and balance. You also have XLR out in case you are needing to daisy chain multiple amplifiers. You can do that from right here. You also have a ground lift. See that? That's a ground lift. If you have homing issues, you can pretty much take care of those with that, mitigate those issues with that. And here's the network connection and a USB port. Now that port is pretty handy because that's how you get firmware updates on the amplifier. This is a fully featured amplifier that's completely modular, by the way. If you can see here, you see these screws right here? These are cards that you slide in and out. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These are cards. Basically, how the amplifier is configured from the factory. This particular amplifier has every available option. And so, as an amplifier, it has an incredible amount of stability at any load, a lot of power, a lot of grip, and it's a very detailed, very clean, clear sounding amplifier. I will be giving you my feedback, of course, over the next few days as I continue to play with it. Now, here are all of the umbilical cords. This is a mono construction amplifier. So you have the right channel, you have essentially the right channel, and you have the left channel right there. See that? So that's what that is, and that's connected into the back of the power supply. Now, the power supply utilizes 220 amp power cords right there. That's one. And then the other one, you can see it back there. Another power cord. So this is a power amplifier that requires 220 amp power cords. And just so you know, this weighs a bone crushing 120 kilos, I believe, is what this is. This is the power supply. A ton of capacitors, which you're seeing on your screen right now, are inside this device, this chassis. A ton of capacitors. So together, this is easily 300 pounds, 300 plus pounds with both chassis combined. Now, if you see here at the top, this is for you. You remove this with a special tool that CH Precision gives you. If you see this, this is what you utilize to remove these particular lids, one in each corner. And what that's for is essentially for you to grab one of these, right? And you thread it through there. All the way here. All the way in. And essentially what you do now is you'll be able to stack this particular chassis on top of this one. So it creates kind of like a suspension type of environment for the chassis that's stacked on top of the unit. That's what that's for. All right. So just to give you an idea of what that's all about. So this is a crazy, well thought out power amplifier. Now the MSRP, $109,000. Remember, you can use it as a mono or stereo, depending on your particular needs. I happen to have it in stereo, but I also have another one. So I can utilize them theoretically in stereo mode, in mono mode or stereo, depending on my speaker. It's $109,000 for that, $109,000 for the second one. And then that brings me to the other power amplifier, which you have seen on my channel. And that is the $109,000 Griffin Apex, all the way from Denmark. This has been my go-to amplifier for the last, a year and 2 months? Far bigger than the CH Precision. Way bigger. I'm going to give you a top view so you have an idea. Let me see if I can zoom out some. Way bigger. Check this out. The Apex also goes through checks and balances. Okay? And then the final amplifier happens to be the only Solution 701 stereo in the entire planet. I happen to have the only 3 of these. One of them already sold, and 2 of them are going to be heading out to one of my clients for an in-home evaluation. That MSRP on this one is $100,000. So over $500,000 worth of power amplifiers in here. I don't know of anyone else who is doing this under their own roof all at once, but I'm blessed to be able to evaluate all of this through these Von Stryker Ultra 7 loudspeakers, which have been fantastic. Really an eye-opening experience for me because of the resolution, the transparency, the musicality. It's not an analytical speaker. As a matter of fact, even with all of these 3 amplifier selections, the speakers remain very poised, nuanced, detailed, never in your face, very polite. Yet they still let you know the quality of the recording that you're using. So if you're using a crappy recording, the speakers are going to tell you exactly that. They're not going to lie to you, but they're very, very, very gentle at telling you the truth. Some other speakers that I've had in the past, not so much. But with Von Strykers, they deliver the message, but they don't really prosecute you, for utilizing subpar electronics. They'll do a job that will impress you with most electronics out there. Now, don't get me wrong. They still benefit from quality watts, just like any other loudspeaker. Okay, and as a matter of fact, as you saw in the earlier video, I pushed 1,800 peak watts of power into them, and they took them like there was no issue. They didn't compress. They didn't sound like they couldn't take it, or, you know, I didn't feel like the speakers were sweating or hurting because of that level of power. No problem whatsoever. That's what I'm trying to say. And of course, if you go to the back of the Apex, massive amplifier, another cost, no object amplifier at the moment. Huge binding post that you're seeing here. Everything is just completely overbuilt on the Apex. They come with aftermarket power cords. This is the only amplifier that I know of that comes with aftermarket power cords from Griffin. These are their Vanta power cords, which make a significant difference on the performance of the amplifier. And on the solution, I am using my cable line, their power cord right there, you're seeing it, Authentic Audio Image. This is their Assoluto power cord. Again, really good binding posts on the back of the 701. So there's no denying that these European brands don't play games. As of late, you've seen me tinker with a lot of electronics from Europe. And every day that I actually have them here and I listen to them and I live with them is another day that really, really makes me understand the quality of products that European brands bring to the table. All of them, although they're very different. Swiss-made, Danish amplification, they all sound fantastic. None of this amplification, none of it is bad amplification. At this level, everything is impressive. But you know what really matters the most? Is the synergistic effects that you get through the speakers that you have. So you may like the Griffins better with your speakers than either one of these Swiss brands, or vice versa. Maybe you prefer the clarity and the nuance of the Swiss-made components, and that's what really sounds the very best with your current speakers. This is why I have created a consultation service, guys, so that I can talk to you deeply about all of this stuff. I own it. I have it. It's here. So trust me, I have a qualified opinion on all of this. This is why I make videos like this, so you can see it. You can check my receipts on this channel as far as my ownership of such products. All right. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. And I will be giving you some short clips in the future of the CH Precision amplifiers. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on all of this incredible amplification? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.